So, I'm going to play you two solos back to back, and I want you to think about which one you like better. I can't say for sure, but my guess is you like the second one better. What's the difference, you ask? Well, the second one has better voice leading, and the melody kind of tells us what the harmony is doing. Even without accompaniment, you can clearly distinguish the chord changes in a well voice-led solo. The key is using certain target notes that give away exactly what's happening with the chord changes. You want to target chord tones. So one of my first piano teachers in Miami told me stories from when he was going to school at the Frost School of Music at University of Miami. He told me of an improv professor whose first quiz was a pass-fail playing quiz over the blues. But it was the blues in any of the 12 keys. Now sure, you might be thinking it's just a playing quiz over the blues, but it gets even harder. Students were expected to play a continuous stream of eighth notes over the blues that approached the third of each chord change by a half step right on beat 1. And if they missed even one chord change, it was an F on the whole test.
F! F's for everybody!
Now, imagine being a freshman in this class and being expected to demonstrate this much fluency. And by the way, that's exactly what it is. Fluency in a language to be able to say whatever you want, whenever you want. But when you get right down to it, it can be a little tricky. Being able to just land on notes like this on command requires you to think backwards. If you're on this F7, and you're trying to land on this B-flat 7, well, since the third of F7 is A, and the third of B-flat 7 is D, that means we have 8 notes to get from A to D. Or, since we're approaching the D by half step, 7 notes to get from A to either E-flat or D-flat. So let's try a few. Once you see what it is we're after, keeping this continuity of the line but always landing on these thirds, you can start to play this in all keys. Now you're probably wondering, why is this all necessary? Why do we have to land on thirds? There's other chord tones. Well, the third is a very important note. It tells us the quality of the chord, minor or major. The root sounds fine, but it doesn't really contribute any new musical information. The fifth reinforces the root by way of the overtone series. The seventh, however, is interesting. It tells us where the chord is moving. For example, if you have a major chord, the major seventh denotes a more stable sound than the minor seventh in a dominant chord. That minor seventh wants to move down by step, in this case to the third of the 4 chord. So you can build more suspense for that 4 chord by emphasizing the minor 7 of the 1 chord. You'll hear a lot of this kind of thing in New Orleans music. So when you're first learning to improvise lines that are well voice led, you want to start off by leading to the 3rd or maybe the 7th, right on beat 1. Once you're comfortable with that, you can start resolving to other notes, like the 5th, the 9th, the 13th. You can even try resolving to the note before or after beat 1 for a different effect. So, when you solo for real, you won't be playing this way. You won't be expected to play continuous 8th notes that give away every single chord change. But you should be able to. Think of this way of playing as a kind of safety net for when you're improvising and running your tightrope routine. Hopefully, when you actually improvise, you'll be experimenting and taking risks, maybe getting harmonically abstract at times, or just going for stuff. But if and when you fall off this tightrope, you want to have this safety net to catch you. And hopefully as you progress musically, you'll fall off this tightrope less and less often. But if you do, the voice leading will always have your back. So that's all for now. Please like and subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and as always, happy practicing.